More crime in Wisconsin. It's really, well, for one thing, it is the serial capital, at least in the northern hemisphere. I think it's just North America, at least the United States, to say the least. But more crime there from somebody who had a vendetta against judges. It's weird. It's very weird. A former judge killed in targeted attack against judicial system, officials said. Yeah, we've actually got more insight into this as well. A retired judge was shot and killed at his home in Wisconsin on Friday in what has been described by officials as a targeted attack against the judicial system. And why did you go after a retired judge unless you have a specific instance for doing so? John Roemer, a former circuit judge in Juneau County, is believed to be the victim of a murder that happened in New Lisbon around 6:30 a.m. on June 3rd. According to reports, a 68-year-old man was found at the residence that a neighbor and public records said belonged to the retired county judge. A second person, identified as 56-year-old male, and the alleged suspect was discovered in the basement of the home with the apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Round of applause. At least he took care of everything for everyone. Wrapped it up in a nice pretty bow. Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul said during a news conference on Friday, also noting that the firearm was recovered from the scene. Oh wait, it wasn't one of those crimes where the gun just jumped out of its storage location and committed a homicide? No, I thought guns were the problem of everything. Anyways, upon recovering the man, well, his body, he was gone. The man had long transcended this mortal plane, but the body was still there. Law enforcement started life-saving measures, and the individual has been transported to a medical facility in critical condition. No, he dead, though. Kaul, who refused to name the victim or the suspect, said the shooter had selected targets who were part of the judicial system and had other planned victims. The Attorney General did not identify them. Actually, we got more information on that, so let's just get to statements here from the AG. This incident appears to be a targeted attack, and the suspect appears to have had other targets as well. It appears to be related to the judicial system. At this point, we are not aware of any evidence indicating that there are any active danger to other individuals. No, he tried to off himself in the basement, so yeah. Those who may have been other targets have been notified, he said, adding that the investigation finds additional threats against the other individuals. Authorities will notify these people. Let's take a look at some of those. And that is apparently the dude who did the deed. Officials identified the alleged suspect who killed a Wisconsin judge last week and said the killer had apparently had Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer on his hit list. I thought this had shit to do with the judicial system and not the authoritarian system. Douglas Uhde, all right, was identified by the Wisconsin Department of Justice as the alleged assassin. Oh, we have a fucking geriatric hitman. All right, then. He hospitalized in critical condition, according to Wisconsin Attorney General, released a statement on Saturday. We already read through that. The suspect is accused of entering the home of a 68-year-old retired judge, killed him, and tried to off himself in the basement. Uhde was located in the basement with the apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Law enforcement began life-saving measures. Then how likely was he to actually go out there and off Whitmer? Or was this another one of those instances where, oh my God, look at how many attacks are against me, like that time that the feds tried to, oh shit. Fuck. It was one of those evil militia groups. They tried to kidnap me. That was just permeated with feds. Anyways, State Justice Department indicated that the shooting appeared to be a targeted attack against Roemer. A report in the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, citing records, said Uhde was sentenced by Roemer in 2005 to 6 years in prison on a burglary charge. Really proved that you were unjustly prosecuted when you broke into his house. I was saying, Uhde had an extensive criminal and prison record dating back at least 2 decades. All right, then. He was released from prison after his last stint in April of 2020. Wow, what a great time to go out, back when everybody was getting, well, realistically jailed in their house. Oh, continue, yeah, just feel free to go out. Not too far, though. Zach Pohl, Whitmer's deputy chief of staff, told Politico that the governor's office was told by officials that her name appeared on the Wisconsin gunman's list. Oh my God, this is going to be a campaign message for her. I'm under such attack because I'm just trying to keep the people of Michigan safe. And we just got all of those crazy right-wing zealots that are out there offing judges. And I was on one of the lists, of course. Poll added, Governor Whitmer has demonstrated repeatedly that she is tough. Yeah, exactly. She's the one person in the world that can successfully fight off the FBI. How stunning and brave. And she will not be bullied or intimidated. Just playing the victim literally on fucking cue. I had no idea about this, but isn't it totally on brand? Let's be honest. For doing her job and working across the aisle to get things done for the people of Michigan. Perfect. It's perfect. Alleged law enforcement sources told the Associated Press that several other prominent officials, including Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers, he's a Democrat, and he's term limited out, so what would be the point? But then again, this guy went after a retired judge, so who knows? State law enforcement officials have not issued any public statements on reports on the alleged hit list. Yeah, right. But remember, he's going to be spun as a far-right extremist, right? Yeah, exactly. Who else was on that list? Tony Evers, yeah, Democratic governor of Wisconsin. All right. Whitmer, off in Michigan. All right then. And Mitch McConnell, noted Democrat. All right then. State law enforcement officials have not issued any public statements on the reports on the alleged list. However, Call said in a news conference Friday that suspects appears to have other targets as well. It appears to be related to the judicial system. And what did you have? Two governors and a senator. Huh. Somebody doesn't know their three branches of power. Roemer, 68, was a very loving, very encouraging man with a wonderful sense of humor who will be dearly missed, the community said. Chip Wilkie, pastor at St. Paul's Evangelical Lutheran Church in Boston, where Roemer was president of the congregation and evangelism chairman. He was in my office several mornings a week. All right, then. Discussing whether or not you like freckles on altar boys. Okay, the judge retired from the bench in 2017. He was elected in 2004, was reelected in 10 and 16. Roemer previously had served as the assistant DA in Juneau County and an assistant state public defender. Also worked as a lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army Reserves. Sounds like a really stand-up guy, except for the fact that he was a judge and all. But there you go, very stable individual who was also just another one of these latest evil white guys just trying to hassle Governor Gretchen Whitmer. She just barely escaped with her life, and we should be thankful for that. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.